Hey sis, long time no talk. How have you been? I guess you're still single and miserable.
Yep, still single and have no boyfriend. Sad to say, but miserable isn't quite right. I'm still fine. So what's up? Why are you messaging me? Surely you're not so bored and have so much free time that you're just calling to make fun of me.
You're right, I'm real busy. But yeah, anyway, as you know, unlike you, sis, I'm a graduate of an Ivy League university, so I'm kind of in the elite echelon. You know what I mean? I'm super busy all the time making money, but I have to tell you this. It's big news. I'm gonna get married. Surprise?
No way, really? That is big news. That's great. Congratulations.
Thanks. It's exactly what I deserve, as the elite person that I am too.
So tell me about the lucky girl. How did you meet her? I didn't even know you were dating anyone. This is pretty out of the blue.
You really want to know all the details? Really? Because I think it's probably just make you more miserable. So apologies in advance.
Why? Why would it make me more miserable than you think I already am?
My girlfriend worked at a big company just like I do. And she kind of elite like me too. She had top marks in school and all that, like straight A's across the board. And last year, she even got the Outstanding Achievement Award from our CEO.
So she works with you, huh? A fellow titan of industry? And she even got recognized by the CEO? She must be a real achiever then. Perfect for you.
Yeah, exactly. She's a total achiever and she earns a lot of money too. She's kind of like a dream fiance. Both of us are working for this major corporation and I think we might end up being one of those power couples that you read about. Once we hit, our combined household income is going to be over $100,000 a year. How's that for power?
It's pretty cool that both of you are making great money. You should be able to live a good life together.
Yeah, well, she was chosen by me and I'm elite, so naturally, whoever I choose, she wasn't going to be someone without good social standing and education. But you, I couldn't marry someone like you, sis.
Excuse me?
Yeah, Dad filled me in on your current situations. He says you're not only still single, but you're still living at home. It's very much what I expect from someone with no money and only a high school education.
Listen up, bro. Show some respect. You've got no right to talk to me like that. I deserve better from you.
And what are you getting angry about? Your high school diploma and you're still living at home are both the truth. I'm just saying, there's no denying that you're a lower class citizen, sis. Come on. What were you thinking anyway? Not going to college and settling for only a high school diploma? That was a really stupid decision if you ask me.
Stupid? Did you just call me that? Watch your mouth, brat.
If you're just gone to college like I did, think of what you could be doing now. You might be working at a big, powerful company like I am, making bank and dating an elite, about to get married. You got nobody but yourself to blame, sis. Our choices define our circumstances.
You're right. I would have gone to college if I'd have been able to, but it wasn't possible. You, of all people, should know about that story. I couldn't go to college because my high school grades and attendance were so bad, and there was a reason for that too.
Yeah, your excuse for all that was pretty ridiculous if you ask me. Saying that your classmate hated you and froze you out of everything socially. Seriously? Quitting school for that dumb reason just make you look mentally weak and unstable. And I just can't understand why you choose the life of an uneducated dropout. It's sad.
You've got a lot of nerve judging me and calling me ridiculous? You weren't there. You don't have the slightest clue as to how much I was suffering back then. If you did, you wouldn't be so dismissive of what I went through.
Well, of course I don't. Because you and I are different, like I was just saying, I would have stuck it out and gone through it. Because I'm smart, I'm tough. And like I also said, choosing not to go to school just because of other kids being mean to you isn't a good reason. It just make you look mentally weak and unstable. Not a good look.
Wow, just wow.
Mentally unstable, no educations, no money. I mean, I'm honestly embarrassed to introduce you to my fiance. You make me feel ashamed, sis. And I'm actually feeling pretty gloomy about this family dinner that's coming up soon.
A family dinner? When? That's news to me too. When is that happening? This month?
Mom told you we're getting together later this month, didn't she? That's when we all gonna have dinner together so I can introduce my fiance to you all.
Really? I haven't heard a word about that. I'm surprised they didn't tell me about it yet. I've no plans to go home until the end of the next month. Ashley?
Go home? Hang on a second. What are you thinking?
I can go back home for it if you want me to. I can make that work. Even though I'm pretty busy in Mexico, a flight home to meet my brother's fiance is well worth it.
I don't know what you're doing in Mexico, but I don't care. The timing is just right and no need to come back.
What? Why?
Like I said, I don't really want to introduce you to her anyway. There's so much embarrassing stuff about you that I would have to explain to her. It's actually better if you're just not here.
What? Stop making jokes.
I'll just tell her that my broke, uneducated sister is on a trip finding herself. You better stay in Mexico for the rest of your life and don't come back here and embarrass me. Although, I gotta say, I doubt you're smart enough to actually discover anything that we all don't already know.
Many months later.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Clara. John and I just got married last week. I know it's a bit late, so I apologize for that. However, I do want to let you know about it as John's sister.
What? Married? That was fast. You two already tied the knot? I thought you two were planning it later.
That's correct. It's a fait accompli, as they say in France. Yesterday evening, we dined with your lovely parents. At that time, they graciously offered to act as witnesses to our marriage. So John decided that we should just go and do it post-haste. He didn't want to waste any more time.
Wow, really? That's wonderful.
And please allow me to also belatedly introduce myself. I'm Olivia, John's older sister. You must forgive me for not being able to meet you sooner. I very much wanted to make that happen.
Oh no, it's perfectly all right. We all understand your situation perfectly. John told me that you have been very consumed with your journey of self-discovery.
Yes, well, that's John's way of stating things. I'll leave it at that. There's actually a bit more to it than that. For now, I just really wanted to meet you as soon as I was able to after coming back from Mexico. Again, please accept my apologies for not having been able to do so sooner than this.
Oh, it's no problem at all, really.
Honestly, you could have just not done this at all and it would have been fine. Because I really don't generally associate with people of social standing.
Pardon me?
Yes, John has told me to be quiet a bit about you. It was difficult for him to tell me some of it, but tell me he did. I know that you have only a high school education and are still living off your parents. John explained it all to me, all of it. I'm not in the habit of associating with such people, to be honest. But as a courtesy to you as his sister, I felt obliged.
Please, wait a moment. There's been some misunderstanding or miscommunication about those points. While it's true that I do only have a high school education, I am gainfully employed. Yes, while I'm currently living at my parents' house, I am absolutely not mooching off them.
I see. However, your parents told me the same thing. In fact, they said that it's quite a nuisance having you living there indefinitely.
They say that while you do pay some of your own living expenses, it's not like you're paying them rents or anything. This is not nearly enough and that they would like you to move out soon. Really? I find it hard to believe. My parents actually said that?
Yeah, they said that, but I'm really curious. Aren't you even a little ashamed of yourself? After all, you're much too old to be such a burden on your own family. I must say, it takes a lot of nerve to be so shameless about it.
The last thing I want to do is to be a burden to anyone, the least of all my own family.
But that's exactly what you're doing, according to your parents. They are ashamed to even admit that their daughter never went to college. And they're even more ashamed to tell anyone that you're still unmarried and living at home. They actually even said that they would rather be living with John and I than with you.
Hey, that's not very nice. I'm hurt.
So, apparently, they went ahead and just threw your stuff away. And John and I are going to move in and replace you. It's been decided.
What did you just say?
So, when you do eventually come back from your self-discovery journey, you won't have anywhere to stay. It looks like you're going from finding yourself to finding your new home.
What? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You threw all my stuff away? Are you saying that it's all been literally disposed of? As in the garbage? And meaning that you actually went into my room without me there?
Yes! We all had a good time cleaning it up together and getting rid of everything. So that room will be my room once John and I moved in.
You can't be serious. This is a loosey joke and loosey way to introduce yourself to me, Clara.
Your parents seem to especially enjoy the process. It looks like they're really happy to finally be rid of you. I could see it on their faces.
Wow, I had no idea they were so tired of me. I'm truly hurt by what they have done and talk like that about me. I mean, it might not have been a lot, but I was giving them money every month for our living expenses. I did that because it was the right thing to do. I even did housework as proactively as I could.
That's exactly what a mooch would say to avoid responsibility, though, isn't it? There's really no getting around the reality of it all.
You know, I'm not gonna be spoken to or about this way by you. Who are you anyway? You're the brand new wife of my brother, nothing more. I've never met you in my life, not even once. You raise your voice to me like you're the ones deciding my life. You're the one who should be ashamed of yourself.
Huh? Why should I? You should thank me for telling you this news early. Otherwise, when you come back, you will be even more humiliated because you have no home.
Yeah, and thank you. That's a load off my mind.
What?
I'm planning to go back home to visit my family and at least have dinner with you guys before making new plans. But you and John sped it up for me and I appreciate it. Thanks.
What are you suddenly thanking me for? We just went and threw away all your things.
Well, it's not a big deal if I don't have a place to stay back there. Because I have my own house here. Plus, it's good to be abroad. I like the climate here more.
What? A person like you who didn't go to college is dreaming that you can live in Mexico? Don't make me laugh. I'm sure you can't even speak Spanish.
Not only Spanish, I also speak 5 different languages.
What? Are you kidding me? You don't go to college and still know 5 languages? While I only know 2 different languages?
And because of that, I can buy my own house in Mexico and made a lot of money. You should learn more languages too. Making the move abroad is really not a big deal for me.
How is that possible? You must be lying to me.
Why should I do that?
No way does a girl like you with no education speak 5 languages. Impossible.
Well, you must have heard from my brother that the reason I never went to college was because of my poor attendance in high school, right? Actually, during that time, I studied foreign language by myself at home.
What?
Yeah, I never really fit in anywhere as a kid. Never felt like I belonged at any school back home. So I started to think to myself, maybe I'm never gonna really fit in the States. I felt like I needed to look for other options.
And you're telling me that you can now speak 5 languages because of that?
That's right. Thanks to self-study that I did at home, I can now speak Japanese, German, Chinese, French, and Spanish. So if we include English in that count, I do actually speak 6 languages now.
Impossible! You're lying!
Believe it or not, it's up to you. I don't care. But the fact that I can buy a house in Mexico on my own without going back to my old house is the best proof of that. Because I know so many different languages, so many jobs come to me. I've never had to apply for a job. A lot of big companies abroad need people like me.
But you're just someone who didn't go to college, just graduated from high school. Those companies shouldn't hire you because you know different languages.
Oh, I forgot to say. I don't have a university degree, but I have degrees in different languages. And recently, I've been had a couple of orders from agents who are purchasing on behalf of a really big buyers. They see that my sales last month were about $60,000.
What? 60,000? You made that much in 1 month?
Yeah, and so pretty soon I'm gonna move abroad and devote myself entirely to those overseas buyers that I mentioned. I can do online sales and correspondence from anywhere, so... Anyways, feel free to use my room at home, it's all yours. And give my parents my best wishes. And don't forget to pay them their $1,100 per month.
What? 1,100? What are you talking about? Do you give them that amount every month?
Yep. At first it was only $500 a month, but my profits kept increasing. So eventually I was paying them $1,100 even though it was a little tough. I really didn't think they would throw me out like this when I was paying them that much.
Wow, hang on. This can't be right. 1,100 a month is way too much for me to be paying them.
What? Really? How can that be? You and my brother are the power couple, the only ones in my family who graduated from college.
You'll be fine, trust me. But it's still too much for us.
That's not my business anymore. And again, thank you so much for telling me what my parents do to make it easier for me to leave. And both of you too. Good luck.
The next day.
Hey, are you there, Olivia? I need you to confirm this. Are you really giving mom and dad $1,100 a month? And now they're offering us the same amount.
Yeah, that's what I was paying them. So you and your lovely wife should be able to pay them at least that much, if not more. Having fun with that.
What? 1,100? We can't afford that.
Why not? Mom and dad are saying that you two are a power couple who both work at a great, big, powerful company. 1,100 should be no problem for either of you, right?
Get real. 2,400 a month is way out range, even when you're working for a big companies. I mean, my salary this year is finally about 50,000. After taxes and stuff, that come to only 2,500 a month. With a bonus, I may make over 50,000, but that's it.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, and Clara is making about that much too. It's completely insane to be living with our parents and still having to pay out nearly half our salaries just for housing. That's just not workable, not doable.
Even if that's the case, why are you telling me? Complaints should be directed to mom and dad.
I'm complaining to them. And their response is that my sister only has a high school diploma and she was paying $1,100. So if Clara and I can't pay at least twice the amount, they wasted the money putting me through college. I mean, they seriously said to me, we've even been better off just letting you finish high school at your sister. That wouldn't be the better return on investment.
Wow, just wow. Seems like their expectations are really different because they put you through college.
What am I going to do? The whole reason for moving in with them was so that we could save up to buy our own place someday. But we can't save it with paying them 50% of our income.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to talk things over with Clara and figure it out. Because as you can see, I'm no longer in that house and I've been kicked out. So all this has nothing to do with me anymore.
No ways, sis. You can't be that cruel. Please help us.
No, I don't care about you anymore. I'm that cruel. So sorry.
Some time later.
Olivia? Are you free? Hey, I know it's a long time, and I want to talk to you. How's everything going for you over there? You must have your hands full with work and getting settled and everything, right?
Yeah, I'm very busy. I have no time for you.
Please, don't be so cold. That really hurts. I was thinking that I could help you out with some things.
Help what?
Our company has decided that we can do side jobs now if we want to. So, I thought it would be a good opportunity to help you out. I bet I could help you increase your profits with my big business experience.
I see what you're getting at.
So you can give me half of your sales from now on. I'll settle for 50% from my salary.
Excuse me? You think you're gonna get 50% of my sales?
Like I said, I have experience in big business, so that's a reasonable amount. I fully intend to produce results that all justify that amount.
Yeah, no. You couldn't possibly produce results that would justify that much in salary.
My education and my experience will absolutely justify it. I promise you.
Yeah, I think you're very interesting, but no thanks. I have no interest in getting involved with a person who got fired from their previous position.
What?
Yeah, you're a little late with this proposition, Clara. I already heard from my folks that you got fired from your old job. Getting canned right after getting married isn't a great way to start a relationship with them. They're not happy, not at all.
No, that's not.
Plus, I heard the reason for your dismissal. They told me that you were fired for harassing co-workers to the point of them quitting. That's a really bad reason to get fired.
But that's not true. That's not accurate at all.
As far as I'm concerned,
that wasn't harassment. It was nothing of the sort. Those underlings were just weak-minded and couldn't take my criticism.
Wow, I really don't understand people like you. You treat others like dirt and you do it with impunity? Then, when you get called out for it, you avoid responsibility and blame the victim. It's because of people like you that I almost dropped out of high school and didn't go to college. I was so traumatized by the mean kids and I just wanted to avoid any more of it at all costs. And I have no interest in getting involved with anyone like you, who doesn't sympathize with what we victims feel and is only interested in blaming us.
No, wait, I'm sorry.
I've grown my business all on my own, and I'll continue to do so. I know what I'm capable of. I don't need your expertise, your college degree, or you. Thank you very much.
Wait a minute, sister. At least until I find my next job, help me out. Just until then, please hire me and give me something to do.
No, that's not my business. I told you, with your rich experience and great education, I guess you'll be fine. Just live the way you told me to.
Later.
After that exchange, I never heard from Clara again. I guess she's trying hard to get a new job, but she's not having any luck getting into a company like the one she was at before. So she's spending a lot of time on the job search websites and not really getting anywhere with it. Since she's not making any money, she can't pay my parents anything, and so do John. Lack of money means they have to work harder than usual, and this also makes my parents more annoyed with them. In the end, they have to accept the boring part-time job, which is the last way for them to have money to buy food for the day. And it sounds like pretty much of a nightmare to me, but I hope they can all get through it without making things even worse.